Hi everyone, hi, welcome back. So this is probably the video you have been waiting for since last week. If you haven't seen my painting from last week, then I highly suggest you watch it before this one. You can watch it here, and as well I will link it in the description box below. Today is part 2 of this painting. I didn't experiment last week. This is how the painting turned out. I used circular shapes on the background, made 2 flowers on top of it, and I'm loving this experimentation process. And I think it is beautiful, but there is so much more potential to level this up. I have quite some ideas, like promised, so let's continue this painting today. Alright, so like promised, I will continue this painting. The more I look at it, honestly, the more I start to like it, because now it's not that weird anymore. Before, it was very weird because it was a new view on those botanicals. But, like a lot of you said, and I do agree, the background is competing with the flowers here because of the intensity of the colors. They are similar, and also the colors are very similar. So the first thing what I will do is I will use a little bit of a whitewash also in circles on some parts of the background here to make it a little bit lighter. And then I was thinking to create multiple flowers on top of this, and let's see how it looks. And the great thing about this is all an experiment. And so I don't care if this works out or not. I can only learn from it and improve my next paintings. So I will be using the same white as I do for the flowers. I will dip my big brush in it. And this will be probably a little bit transparent. That's something I do want. Well, we hardly see that. So I'm making now these colors less intense. I think this white is too transparent. So I will be using just normal acrylics, like Amsterdam. Titanium white. So titanium white is opaque. I will wet the brush just a little. I'll just drop some water here. Ooh, well, that's not some water, that's a lot of water. Starting off well. Oh, I'm going with it. That's definitely making more impact. So I will just add some white washes on parts of this canvas. Do you already see a difference? I do. Now, you're probably wondering why all those beautiful colors, but I do like this. Now I added the white washes. These colors are popping. They're really popping, and I do think this composition is working better. So now I can also see if I make more pastel and lighter background circles, it will work a lot better with the colorful flowers on top of it. So part 1 of the experiment is definitely a success because now I see potential for future works. But now I do wanna act on my idea here. So I want to create an overlapping flower here. So let's start with that. And I will be using the same colors like I did in these flowers to, create a harmony here. Now I do think the contrast will be a lot better. Okay, let's leave that one. Let's create another flower over here as well. Yeah, let's fill this up with more flowers. Only thing is I really need to take care of the composition. Really need to make sure it's on point. So tell me, what did you have in mind to work with this canvas more? Did you see my my part 1? Alright, so this is starting to look like how I envisioned this. So fun to be back experimenting. I need another flower here, but then there's gonna be so much overlap. I don't want it to look messy. I just don't want that. But an odd number is always more appealing. So I started with an even number. Now I have an even number as well. And I think creating a small flower here as well will make this something. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Let me know in the comments right now. I would love to hear it. Very different painting than what I started with, right? I do feel like I can create another line there. Maybe bring this one over the white lane there. Yeah, I think I should. It's a field of flowers. Okay, I will let this dry. I think this is it. I do think this is it. But because I'm always looking from the side, I really need to see the top view that you guys are seeing. See for the composition and if it needs a little bit more. But this is what I had in mind. Okay, I'll be back. It's such a good feeling when your vision comes to life, and I think continuing this painting was definitely the best decision. For me, now this is on point. The composition, the contrast between the background and the flowers, it's just this beautiful flower field and so vibrant and summer. Yes, this painting definitely makes me so happy. Very different from my last ones. And you know me, I will continue working on this style as well and try to improve it every time. Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe it all worked out. And still you see this beautiful watercolor background here. I also love that here some of that white washes are on top of some of those leaves. Yeah, I'm super happy with this one. Well, I would love to hear your opinion, of course. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.